The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. 5-5. It's Cinco de Mayo. It is May 5th. The year's 2022, obviously. 5:32.
Welcome to Thursday.
Yeah. Hey, 50-50. We were talking about this the other day. Alberta absolutely goes bonkers for them whenever one pops up, especially province-wide 50-50s, and especially when it has to do with hockey, right?
Yeah. The numbers just climb, and it's crazy.
All right, I'm in the process. So I bought some for the Oilers 50-50 last go around because I think it went from the end of April to last night. Whenever the whistle was blown in the Oilers game is when they stopped prices. And last night when I checked, it was $6.7 million.
Whoa.
Was the 50-50. So I'm just on the website right now. And I don't think winning numbers. Let's see. I'm just clicking this right now. Do they even announce it? I don't know. I don't think they've announced it yet, so I'll have to come back and see if I won the 50-50. But the next one has already started up, so they're doing another long, 4-day 50-50 from today until May 8th. And I guess this started this morning, last night. It's already over $200,000.
You're kidding. Wow.
What is going on with the province of Alberta?
Just want to show their support, or they want to win some money?
And a little bit of both.
Got to check out the Clearwater Horse Club last night with my girl guides, and it was so cool.
Are you officially a horse girl now?
I might be, but I think that I got indoctrinated from Heartland.
Okay.
Which is that Alberta television show. It has 15 seasons, and I started watching them, probably at least a year ago, I'm going to say. And I finally almost reached the end of them.
Okay.
And so I feel very connected to the Heartland and to the horses. And so
you show up, you're like, don't worry, I know how to do this already. I watched Heartland.
I felt I was where's Amy? Where's Grandpa Jack? But I asked them, I was like, oh, do you guys watch Heartland? To me, this would be they've made a
obvious
television
answer.
show for me. And they were like, no, not really. What? And they said that Heartland, of course, because they film all these episodes and they tell these great stories, the horse looks like it takes a half an hour to become your best friend, much like a home renovating show where you're like, wow, that only took them 40 minutes to renovate that house. And she said that it just gives people really, really misguided expectations when they come on the lot and they're like, I've got a horse and they're gonna be awesome, and they're like, it takes work.
So needless to say, the horses at the Clearwater Club did not do all the things you wanted them to do because it's not the movies.
Yeah, they weren't impressed by me.
Good morning. I just wanted to let everyone know, Steph and I do, and us here at Mix, that today, May 5th, is National Day of Awareness and Action for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, Girls, and Gender Diverse People today. And on a day like today, the goal is to raise awareness about the current ongoing crisis that's going on everywhere around us, and to take action on a day like today. And on days like today, when you are raising awareness, it's important to remember the people who we have lost here in our community and here all across Canada, the continent, and everywhere. And if you want to take part, educate yourself, anything of that nature, there's an event that's going on locally here, Steph.
Yeah, so there is a solidarity walk. It's happening today, May 5th at 5 p.m. So tonight. And you can stand in solidarity and wear a ribbon skirt, a ribbon shirt, or a jean jacket or jeans to just kind of match everybody as you go on a walk. They're going to start at the Center of Hope, which is at 195 Marshall Street, and then they'll walk along Franklin, and then they'll end with speeches so you can learn more about the movement.
Yeah, and Brian Ross from the 468 First Nation said they're going to be handing out 200 red dresses to those that want to attend. That's kind of like the symbolism of just raising awareness with everything that's going on. And there's going to be family members from the recently deceased Sherry Lynn Flett and members of the Center of Hope that are going to be making what I can only assume is a lot of powerful speeches on just raising awareness for everything. And we had these amazing people come by the radio station and dropped off what is called the Moose Hide campaign. And I think this is absolutely fantastic. And you can find them all over social media, Moose Hide campaign. Just search it up. You'll be able to find them. It's a grassroots movement of Indigenous and non-Indigenous men and boys who are standing up against violence towards women and children. And along with the card that they give you of just a little educational piece, it's a little bit of a moose hide patch, just a tiny little one, like at 1 inch by 1 inch, and you can clip it onto your clothing just to show that you also support the movement as well.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to watch this movement come to be, because I have seen people wearing these patches around town, and just knowing now what it's about has made it so much more powerful. So definitely, I'm going to share the event right now so that you can take part today in the Solidarity Walk over on our Facebook page, and you can check out more information about it there as well. Went to a meeting the other day, and someone was wearing a hat.
It was me.
It was you.
I always wear a hat.
I always wear a toque as well. So I'm not like offended by the hat. What I didn't understand was how come this hat was so noticeably different than everybody else's hat. Now, it was a baseball cap, and it had the brim like super bent around the side, so it really fit their forehead.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see their eyes. The whole meeting, I was like, what are you saying? I'm trying to like read your face. And before it used to be like, you really need your mouth. It really, really shows like if somebody's happy or not. But now I'm like, I really need your eyes.
Yeah. As a hat veteran, I'll dive into this, okay? Usually when I see something like that, I picture a rough night. Like maybe you were watching like one of your favorite shows, a bottle of wine, maybe two get involved. Then all of a sudden you got to go to work the next day. You're just like, all right, we're putting on the sweater. We're putting on the hat, we're brimming the rim a bit, and we're just going to hopefully make it through the day.
Okay.
That's my expert analysis. I don't know if that's true, but that's like, I've been in that situation, and that's what I've done.
That's a valid analysis. We should ask them why they were wearing their hat so low, because I sometimes wear baseball hats. And my husband is always like, why are you wearing your hat so weird? And I'm just like, this is how I wear my hat. I need to be able to see everything. He's like, no, pull it down. I'm like, then I can't see. And like, maybe they just know how to wear a hat that is curved like that.
Okay.
And you just have to deal with the fact that you can't see everything.
I think so. Because you're talking about I'm a gentleman with a larger head. It's not great. It has its perks, but it definitely has its cons as well. And those smaller hats do not look good on this large dome I'm sporting on top of my neck.
I think we should go find you one of those hats. I need to see it now.
No, we're good. We're good. I'll keep wearing this one.
Not today.
I'm on a fitness journey for the month of May here. 10K a day.
10K. What?
Steps. Sorry.
Oh, 10,000 steps. I thought you were like going 10Ks.
10,000.
Like kilometers.
10,000 steps a day in May. How do I look? 5 days in.
Yeah, you look like
I guess I took a day off. 4 days in.
You look like you've been walking 4 days.
Actually, I took another day off. 3 days in.
Shawn, you're like, I don't want to judge, but it sounds like you're failing at this fitness thing and you're only 5 days in.
Okay, well, I heard about it on the 2nd, and then I have these clauses because my girlfriend told me to do it. I was like, I'm not doing it if it's raining outside, and I inserted some laziness clauses into it, okay?
Okay, because I was going to say, like, it's been in the forecast that it's going to rain, but it hasn't really rained when it's been daylight yet, so...
Yesterday did.
Yeah, during your nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's be real here.
And then hockey started, so I couldn't... I was pacing around.
Possibly.
I was pacing around my room getting steps in, but one of the things that I was very curious about, because I was trying to add up, like, okay, how long will it take to get 10,000 steps in a day? And then so I was like, okay, well, 100, that's an easy denominator, because you can just times that by whatever.
By 100, yep.
There we go. Thank you for the math over there.
You're welcome.
And how long do you think it takes to do 100 steps? Because it seems, when I was first thinking about it, I was like, oh man, that's probably a long time.
Oh, no, I don't think it's very long at all. I feel like you probably take 30 steps to get to the coffee maker, 30 steps back, and then maybe you might go to the washroom and 30 steps back. Yeah, I think you'd pass over 100 just by going those two places.
Yeah, so when I was out for a walk, 100 steps only took about 50 seconds.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's really... Okay, so then it would take, what, 100 minutes?
So an hour was around like 6,000. So that if you walk for an hour, you get around like 6,000 steps. I was like, okay, this is very easy.
Yeah, you could totally. You don't even get to have your lazy claws anymore when you find out these things.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait and see on that. It's written in the contract. It's written in the contract.
Lazy.
Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox, they are engaged. They did their proposal about a couple months ago. And the one thing that caught the headlines from their proposal was that they drank each other's blood pretty much.
Yeah, pretty gross. Just like a vial of each other's blood, sealed their love with a blood pact.
Yeah, and it caught the attention of just the entire world. People here in Fort McMurray. Someone said they heard the story. They called us. Says they might do it in the future. That's your thing. That's very cool. The New Orleans.
Very cool. All right.
The New Orleans Vampire Association also got the attention of. Yeah, that's a thing. It's called NOVA, New Orleans Vampire Association. Real vampires in the world say you need to take proper precautions before drinking each other's blood because they're professionals at it.
Okay. Why? Like, the vampires aren't real.
To find it, hey.
Sorry.
They could be listening whenever they hear vampires. Their ears just perk up, and they're like, "What? They're talking about us." To find out that there's a vampire association is amazing, by the way. And they said, "Hey, we do this for a living, okay? We sleep during the day, we come out at night.
We turn into bats. We have great sonar. We hear you talking about us."
Yeah, they're like, if you're going to do the whole blood drinking thing, you need to have your partner like give blood and have it tested like every 6 months. And they say, heck, we do it every 3 months just to be sure that the people that we draw from are safe.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Vampires obviously don't drink each other's vampire blood. So there are actually people who wish they could be vampires and donate their blood so a vampire can drink it instead of giving it to like a good cause, like keeping another human alive.
I think so. Like this sounds like kind of like a kink a little bit. Like kind of like if you're involved with the community, it's just like, yeah, I want you to drink my blood.
Oh, Shawn, like I don't like
Why
this.
are you doing all Shawn? I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm not the one given or taken.
All right. Well, on the places not to visit, New Orleans. I don't want to become a donor for these vampires.
Okay, fine. Can we go for Mardi Gras, though? I think close to a month ago, I said on air I was debating like switching my tires over from winters to my all seasons.
Yes, and it was definitely your fault that giant blizzard with 3 feet of snow came through because you started thinking about switching your tires far too early.
Okay, fine. I'll take the blame, but I'm doing it for sure today.
Oh my
I am. I
gosh.
booked the appointment. I have to.
Okay, I'm looking at the forecast right now. It looks like we just have chance of showers, and everything's almost above 10, so we should be safe, but you are making me a bit nervous.
Yeah, I know, because it just snowed on the weekend, like on Saturday. There was a fresh dump of snow on top of all the cars. So I think we're good, though. Like, I think we're coasting clear pretty much here. And I just want to give a heads up to everyone as well. If you are looking to switch over your tires, store your tires, anything of that nature, I did the shopping around, and a lot of places are booked for about 3 weeks.
Whoa!
Yeah. So I got lucky. I think there was a cancellation. So I looked yesterday and I got an appointment today, but then I was looking into the future of when I could book, and it was like 3 weeks down the road.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they really are going to be summer tires by the time you get them on.
That's right.
Did you know that as a millennial, you're also called a Gen Y?
I've never heard that term in my life.
Yeah, it's true. So there was Gen X before us, then Gen Y. Gen Z is the people who are coming up and making fun of us for our skinny jeans and our parted hairs and everything like that. But now there's a new term for the next generation.
Interesting. What do I call them?
The next
Little
generation.
brats?
Little brats. Well, they were born in 2010 and beyond.
Oh, that's just disgusting to think about. Oh my goodness. Last night at the comedy night, someone was in the lounge and they're like, yeah, I was born in like 2001. And I was just like, are you allowed to be here? Sorry, if I continue on, that just came into my head.
Are you allowed to be here? Yeah, since 2020 they've been
No kidding.
of age. Okay, so anyway, because we like counted down the alphabet, we were on X, Y, Z. What happens when you need a new generation term? You go to the beginning of the
top.
alphabet.
Okay.
So they are Generation A.
Okay.
And they're calling them alphas.
Who comes up with these, do you think? Does it say at all?
Yeah, this person was like a demographer
That's made up. Okay. The next, what's next?
in Australia. And so he's come up with this. And they say that this generation, the alphas, are expected to be the most educated generation ever.
Okay.
Thanks to 2-income families pushing education at an earlier age. And then they also have like unprecedented access to so much education online that there's such a less barrier to like needing to go away to school and pay for the residence and pay for all of this stuff and moving out of home. They can learn it all from their screens.
Most educated, but still living in a basement, Swede. Love it.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.